That's a shout out to you, Bailey. Welcome to the party here. So.
It is a party when we're doing this. At least it feels like it to us.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a great
You looked
pop.
happy. No, yeah. Sometimes they let you down a little bit.
I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a little painful. It's been quite the weekend.
Why, Sean? What'd you do this weekend?
Well, yeah. So we're recording on Memorial Day here. So it's been a long weekend, I think, for this whole team.
It has. We
a little banged up when we showed up, but I think we're going to be able to play through. I think we're going to be able to make this happen. What do you think?
I probably should put a little Gatorade in the drink for today.
That would have been, maybe Gator wine was for today.
Like, put it this way, the conversation was like, who's got a drink for today? And I was like, maybe we could just skip it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we didn't skip it.
And we
didn't
said,
let you
fuck
down.
that.
We didn't let you down.
We get back in our saddle and ride again.
So, again, those of you guys that are coming back again, thanks for coming back and listening. For the new people, my name is Sean.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Eric.
There you go. There you go, Eric. So
the soothe voice.
Yeah. So to the earlier comment, my sister, I was with her this weekend, and she had made a comment that she likes to crack a beer and listen to our podcast. And she said that she feels like she's part of the party. So that's why.
Welcome to
I was
the party.
like, that sounds awesome. Welcome to the party. So anybody else wondering what you should be doing while you're listening?
Have a cocktail.
Comes highly recommended to pour yourself a cocktail and join the party and
Unless
join the
you're
conversation.
Hurting, in which case, have a Gatorade or
Play
some
through.
H2O.
Power through. Right?
Or some Gator wine.
Oh, that's one. Yeah, I think it'd be good never having that again.
Yeah.
I'm not a wine guy though at all.
And it has just has a cool name.
It has the coolest
Gator
name.
wine.
Yeah.
Right. Gator got.
Gator guy. Oh, speaking of gators, I forgot about that. The gator from Happy Gilmore died.
Really?
Yeah, the one that ate Chubbs.
Yeah.
And then it was Adam Sandler made like a huge like rest in peace and like thing to the gator.
Oh.
So because he was such a big part of it.
Right.
So I'm guessing he wasn't in the new one that's coming out. But
Gator bit my hand off.
Maybe they'll like do a nod somehow, like he's wearing a gator belt or something.
that, or I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of it there's like an in memoriam for
Let's say, get a shout out to the new ones.
him and Chubbs. So
Should we start off what the drink? Would you pour for us?
yeah,
Oh,
butter,
yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, definitely. So this is I kind of ad-libbed a little bit because we were missing an ingredient, but
Sure.
it's blackberry crown and lemonade. And then you're supposed to like muddle blackberries or, use puree or whatever.
Sure.
So we didn't have that at the tobacco outlet next door. So shocker.
Shout out to the tobacco outlet. That doesn't have ice over there either.
They don't have fresh fruit or ice.
I wish they would. We show up and he's just muddling blackberries in the parking lot. Like, what's up, guys?
But
Picking them first. It's a whole thing.
they did have some cheap blackberry brandy that looked very syrupy. So I did a little.
Hold on. I love
of
that.
that.
He's like, oh, there's no fresh fruit. Let's just grab more alcohol to put in it.
Right. Well, let's put some more alcohol in it.
Cheers.
Well, cheers. Cheers, sir.
Hope everyone's having a good Memorial Day. Okay. That's a winner. That's really, really good.
Yeah, I could sit and sip on that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that is delicious.
Another pool drink, I think.
Right? The lemonade with the blackberry, you kidding me? That is.
And I said that earlier, right when he put down what he was making, I'm like, well, I can't see this being bad.
Yeah.
Blackberry and lemonade together is, I feel like, always going to be a winner.
And we got to go with something that like is good after the weekend we've had.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
We don't need any.
It's a bad day for
Malord or Fernet in here.
I don't know. That might get Sean back on the horse
I'm not
faster.
sure
Could
that
be.
that might kick Sean completely off the horse. Completely. That might just might put me right on the wagon is what it might do, actually.
How was your weekend? What'd
It
you
was
guys
good.
do?
It was good. Coop's birthday.
Happy birthday, Coop.
Right. So he had his birthday Friday and he had some buds over. And then we went to Ashley's parents' house and did a fish fry, which Kevin catches all kinds of fish throughout the year and then he'll stock up. And then he's like, hey, let's do a fish fry. So we go over there and it's awesome.
That's
Kick in the
awesome.
driveway and do it. It's like fresh,
I need an invite to the fish fry.
yeah.
Right, no
it's,
shit.
It's like a coveted thing. Kevin's always like, don't tell anybody. How many kids is Cooper having? Those kids are going to eat all the fish.
They're gonna
But
eat
it was
all
like,
of my
yeah, no. So
I bet Cooper caught some of those fish, though.
you did.
He
Yeah, he
fishes
did.
with
Yeah.
Kevin.
He helps with Kevin a lot. So shout out to Kevin. And it was some good stuff. But I wanted to tell you because we had a conversation about clone, right? Kids and clone
Oh, yeah.
and how your son was like, I think I want to start getting into collecting designer clone.
And boy, did he.
Cooper is on the same thing. So I just think it's the hot shit right now. Or like we talked about, it's just our age. We did it when we were younger too. He got a sample pack and it's got like 50 different colognes in it. And it's just like the sample, like, so
like the
like maybe
little
3
vials or
times.
whatever,
And so you can try out all the different ones and it's all designer brands.
Really?
And then it comes with a $15 off coupon. So when you decide which one you want, then you can go buy it and you get $15 off whatever it is.
Where's it from? Cologne.
Dillard's. No, she got it at
really?
Dillard. Yeah.
wow.
She got it was through there. And then
Because Logan's talked about some of those sampler packs before, but not 50. I think it was like 3.
no, this was a lot. Like it came in this whole kit. Like it was, and it,
I want that.
That's what I said. I go, I'm going to need that.
Yeah.
Because I don't wear cologne like all the time, but he got it. But I was like, right when I was thinking, I was like, Logan, it's a good way to
Try
because
everything.
like we were talking with Cooper, he's like, yeah, so that way I don't buy like some expensive bottle that just turns out to suck.
Yeah.
I'm writing it
You
down.
can try, and I'm like, yeah, good for you. So
Thanks,
I'll
Cooper.
get you details on it. But anybody else that's dealing with that stuff, that's pretty, I'm sure. Just based on what I've heard with the kids around right now, I'm sure a lot of parents right now are dealing with the cologne thing. So
Oh my God.
give it a look. It came out, it was really cool. And like I said, all the designer stuff's on there and they're just the samples. That's what they are, but you can really try them out.
I haven't bought cologne in years.
Yeah.
Just because I don't wear it very often or whatever. And I ran out at one point and just never bought it. But the other day I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of like getting dressed up. We're going to go do something.
Yeah.
I just went and borrowed some of the boys.
Yeah.
I mean, see, that's the one benefit of it because there's one that I really like and Kara loves that Logan has. So when he's not home, I'll just sneak a little spritz.
Yeah. So
And he'll be like, who moved my cologne? I'm like, I don't know.
that's how.
It's crazy. Though. Like, even when I go to Kohl's, I was there recently, they've got the big ladies section, makeup and all that. And there's colognes and perfumes in there. And I'll see like 9 and 10-year-old girls talking about like the bottle they're going to buy. It's like $150. I'm like, where are you getting this money from? That lemonade stand is killing it,
Crushing it.
Yeah. So
Times are different, I guess.
it's also weird how, I guess it's like TikTok and stuff. We did not have, how these things catch so fast.
Right.
Like you can basically bring up anything that's popular in school and it's popular at every fucking school in America.
But then it also probably burns out a lot faster too.
does.
So then, like you'll have those kids that get stuck. Because next will be the thing against cologne. You know what I mean? Then it's like, oh, you're done
Only
if you wear it.
losers
You know what I
wear
mean?
cologne.
Yeah, so it's always got its
you don't like your own
reverse
musk.
trend. But yeah, right? Yeah, so
It's got like animal testing done or something.
Yeah.
So you can't do that.
What is that smell? I have cats. Meow.
that's
Let's
piss.
hope it never goes to that.
Oh, God.
No kidding, geez.
That's from Van Wilder. I fucking love that movie. He's like, he is trying to get an extension on his like tuition or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes in there to this just nasty lady. And he's like, what is that intoxicating smell you're wearing? She's like, I have cats. But then he has to bang her. And so like the next thing you see the door opening and she's like all, her hair's a wreck. And he's like, huh. He has PTSD. So
that's pretty good.
I don't want to act like I came up with that.
So we had that, and then we were down the lake just for one night. It was it sucked. It rained and it was cold down there all weekend. So we had to go down because we had to do something else because we're not going to get down there for a while now with baseball. So we ended up just going down for one night and just kind of a down and back. So how about you? You looked like Snapchat was looking pretty fun.
Yeah. We went to we went to Nick and Jen's cabin in Harper's, and Eric and Aaron joined. They rented an Airbnb in town. So
I wondered that just from the pictures, I figured you must have had another place.
Yeah.
And it was pretty close. It wasn't as close as the one I was thinking it was, but it's still, I mean, in the golf cart or it was a 2-minute ride. It wasn't like it was
The whole
far
town
out.
is like 12 blocks.
Right.
By
Yeah.
5 blocks or something like that.
Even if
It's
you're like, oh, I have to walk to the other side of town, they're like, okay, we'll see you in 7 minutes. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the weather was nice. It wasn't as crappy as it sounded like the Ozarks was, but it was not warm enough to go in the water. There was a lot of boats on the water, but no one was in the water.
I guess yesterday people were in the water.
Were they
It was
really?
busy? The beaches were full is what they
Wow.
told me.
God, it seemed way too cold
I know.
for that to me.
I was like,
I mean, it's just the same thing though. At some point, you just kind of suck it up and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, I'm here. I'm not going to.
well, and what was that friend of yours that was down there? Chuck?
yeah.
I think now I do remember him saying that, but he said it was a lot of kids in the water. I'm like, yeah, well, they don't give a fuck, you know.
Well, they don't feel it either. Yeah,
No.
they're different.
All the adults were on the beach drinking.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right. Or
Like,
they
I put my foot in and be like, nope, not happening.
Where
you know?
they should be.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, it was a lot of fun though. The kids had fun, and Eric brought a big old side-by-side, and we got to go some, you know, off-roading on gravel roads with that. And that made me realize I need to find a way to buy one.
Right.
Way, way, way too fun.
Maybe we'll start a Patreon, right? And then we'll just put that as like, this is our goal, guys.
Yeah.
If you sign up for it, we're really going to use it for
$1 a
more
day,
stories.
you can make Mike
can
smile
support
in an
Mike.
ATV. Yeah. Feed me.
Well, and you know, Mom has the one that's got the friggin' JBL sound system, and
Dude, yeah.
It's got like the hard doors and AC and heat.
Yeah.
Like you got, it looks
Everything.
like it's got the whole deal, right?
A million cup holders. Like,
I mean, it's more than my car.
yeah, dude, I've bitched about this before. The price of those things, it just doesn't make sense to me when you think about it, because you'd think the construction of those is much easier and cheaper than a vehicle, but maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know.
But it also has, you know, a winch system and, you know, crazy shocks and, you know, because it is for
You
off-road.
just keep raising the price till these people stop buying it, and then you go, "Oh, there it is."
Well, they
There's
haven't hit it
there's our
yet.
mark, right?
I think that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But they're so popular. You see them. Kevin Ashley's dad has one,
Yeah.
and his is bad. You know, his is it's open. You know, it's more of the 2-seater. You know, but yeah,
You also don't realize how big they are till you're like in it or next to it.
But the one you're in was big.
It
I
was
mean, that was like
big.
4. It holds 4 people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get 5 plus the back like truck bed.
Has a little truck bed in it. So
Yeah,
yeah, yours is that's one of the real
You could
big
get
ones. Yeah.
6 if like you know people are scrunched in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So
Yeah, because he pulled up with it, and I'm like, oh, that's not what I was thinking at all. Like,
Right.
I'm like, we're all getting in this. fucking
nice.
thing.
Load up.
Yeah, roll out. So yeah, that was
Sweet.
fun. We played, you know, a lot of bags, played a lot of games with the kids. Got a very funny 10-second video of Eric's kids. We were playing this like forbidden words where it's basically like all those games. You're trying to make your partner say the word, but there's all these words you can't say.
Yeah.
you know. And yeah, his kids cracked me up quite a bit. Should I say what they said?
I think Nathan was wondering if you were going to post it. So
Oh, well, I can. Trust me, I've already thought, I'm like, I think I'm going to throw that on TikTok. Dude, I was laughing so hard. So we're playing the game, and it was fraternity. And so it's, you know, Nathan's in college.
Right,
And,
yeah.
and so Nathan, I believe he was telling this to Jack, his younger brother, who's 17. And he's like, I'm in one of these. He goes, I don't know, a gay orgy? Like, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, what? Wait a minute. And Jack was like so intense because like you can tell he's just very into the game and trying to get it right. And we all just die laughing. I almost dropped my phone. Like, and it's literally the only 10 seconds I chose to record of us playing all those games.
That's awesome.
And I'm so
And
glad
you
I
just
got
hit
it.
gold with it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit
That's
gold
really
every now and then. It was absolutely hilarious.
That's fun though. It looks like fun when you guys have that. The kids playing and doing stuff that makes it
Yeah.
kind of our conversation with that back pocket or back porch type stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
You know, hanging out with your kids. It's fun when they're around doing that stuff.
Well, and that's the thing. And I mean, some kids, you know, you could tell the kids who have been going up there every year since they were little. And so they just love, you know, biking around town and going and making friends and stuff like that. And then there's other kids who don't do it very often. So they're like, I'm kind of bored. What do I do?
Right.
And the thing I would say to anyone is like, it's like camping. You're going to be bored at home too.
Right.
But I'd rather be bored in nature or like in a, you know, on the water or out in a new place. You
Well,
know?
you just got to get creative, and it's just
Right.
going to be yours to do. You know, like you have the power to decide how fun it's going to be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And really, and I think it's, and sometimes for that stuff, it's just like, where do you start? You know, and then once they get started on the right foot of doing something, then away they go, and then you don't see them. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's like when we were playing bags and stuff. I'm like, oh, I forgot we have a bag set here and all sorts of stuff. So it was a lot of fun. We smoked some pork on Saturday, but we did it last minute. I was kind of like, instead of grilling out 2 nights in a row, I'll just get a couple pork butts and we'll smoke them. I knew Nick had like a bullet smoker there, but then he was like, I've never really used it for smoking. I was like, oh, well, we'll figure this out as we go. It worked. We didn't have enough time. We threw them on at like 9 a.m. and I'm like, well, you know, these can't go 16 hours. So we're going to run these pretty hot, but it worked out great.
I told you about mine a few weeks ago, right? How I had to finish my ribs in the oven because
Did you tell me?
my fucking.
What happened?
I don't know. It like stopped working, and I was my pellets like all blew up. I don't know what happened. You know,
Was there
something
moisture in
happened
there?
I don't know. It must have been.
Because that sucks.
I'm worried
if your
that
auger gets,
I'm worried that my heating element's out now because then it just wouldn't come up to temperature. You know what I mean? So
yours is a Green Mountain, right?
yeah,
The heating element is super easy to change in them.
Is
But
it?
if the auger's clogged, like if it got water in it, that sucks.
Yeah, so I don't think it's clogged though. I think I can get things through. I don't know. I just haven't messed with it again. But anyway,
But it always happens when you're cooking.
And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I did them in the oven there.
It's pretty common
Pretty
for
good.
the heating element and those to go out.
Yeah.
I've already replaced one in mine.
Have you really? It's just, I don't know. It's weird to me how some of them last forever. I've had my mini one, the Davy Crockett or whatever, for 5-6 years now. Never had a single issue.
Yeah.
Well, with that. But then like the bigger one, which maybe that makes sense. It's pumping out way more usage. I don't know.
I just love that they'll anything basically.
They'll-
Send them a message and
they'll
send
fix
them a
it for free.
picture and they'll send you the part.
yeah.
Yeah, Green
I
Mountain's
just-
amazing for that.
I just haven't messed with it yet, so it hasn't. It's been more on me about having time to do it with. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure they still turned out delicious.
they did. They actually, yeah. I mean,
Ribs
still
are
ribs, right? Still good, right? It was still.
That's what I was like. My daughter was like, "Is it going to be pulled pork, like shredded?" And I was like, "No, we're just going to cut it into slices." And she looked like so bummed out. I'm like, "It's still pork." And I was like, "Yes, I'm shredding it. Like, I'm not going to make it into a loin, you know?"
break her heart.
Yeah, I know. She loves pulled pork, which is great because it's easy and fun to smoke.
And
So
cheap. You can't get it wrong. I've never screwed up pulled pork.
no, you'd have to try really hard.
Worst you can do is dry it out a little bit.
Right.
Overcook it, yeah.
Right.
Or
Overcook
undercook it.
or it gets done in like record time. That's what always happens to me. It's either like done 3 hours earlier than I want it to be done, or I'm like, we're sitting around. I'm like, there's fucking people.
It's
here.
6 p.m. and we haven't,
yeah. You
And
know,
even if you dry it out or something like that, you can like put some apple juice in it.
juice.
yep,
Yeah.
and revive it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Barbecue
is
sauce
weird though.
goes a long
I
way.
did have one once. I don't know what happened. I did it like I do all of them. It wasn't smaller than anything else I've done, and it just cooked like twice as fast.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck was it? Unless, I don't know, maybe the temperature control was wrong or something. It was cooking hotter. I don't know. But
So
it's
I
like
just-
3 a.m. and I had to pull it. I'm like,
Yeah, I just started cutting like the fat. You know what I mean? Like doing the
Scoring it?
Yeah, scoring it. And so now it gets done a lot faster than you, because I never used to before. I'd just do that, and so then the stall would be a lot longer while I was getting through that. But I've noticed since I've been scoring the fat, then it gets done half the amount of time. Problem is, sometimes it's still playing from my old time. You know what I mean? And it's like, shit, this is already done. But whatever.
yeah, I think that probably helps the fat render faster. I am weird. Most people don't trim theirs at all. But like when there's a giant fat cap, like I have to take some
Take
of
it off.
Because when you're shredding it, there's just so much goo, like, the fatty parts. and
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So I'll purposely pull off some of that you know what I mean? Like
When you're
I'm
shredding it.
shredding it,
Me
I'll
too.
kind of take off
I pull it
that
out
off.
when I'm shredding it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of pick through it to put it back in a little, you know what I mean? So it's not,
Yeah.
because nothing worse than someone getting a sandwich. It's just all the fats, you know what I mean? But a little bit in there.
Right. Or like a
puts the
giant
balance.
flat chunk of bark.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like some people like that too. And I'm like, I'm good. Give me the juicy
I
stuff.
usually eat those while I'm pulling it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's for me.
Those are the testers.
Yep.
The smoker tax.
My little snack chips.
That's funny.
Yep. So yeah, it was a good weekend. Tired though, like you said,
Right.
hurting a little bit today. I think all three of us, if we would have been like, we're gonna just take this one off, we would have been like, okay, fine.
But we can't do that to our fans. We
No.
can't do that to you guys. So we're going to play through. We're a little banged up today, but we're going to play through. And
Blackberry lemonade's revitalizing.
it is helping for sure.
I really do
It's,
think though, grape lemonade, Jesus Christ, Gatorade would have been great in that.
Yeah.
Lemonade, Gatorade, and the Blackberry Crown,
You
right?
could probably even do like lemon lime Gatorade. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, instead of lemonade.
yeah.
There we go.
Say, I'm making mental notes for the pool this summer.
Yeah.
What we need to do.
You guys need.
Speaking of which, our pool opened today. The one we go to a neighborhood one where we have a membership, and it opened today. But it was a little chilly. I wasn't going in today.
They have your membership card in the building.
Oh, so we got accepted again. I figured we scared everybody off last year, and they're like, "Fuck those guys."
Well, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, one and done. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. I haven't looked at the weather, but my daughter this weekend was saying, like next week there's a day where it's like 92. I'm like,
Next
well,
weekend's supposed to be the 80s. It's supposed to be beautiful
Really?
next weekend.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
like next weekend's going to be.
hell
Because
yeah.
I heard the
Back
next couple of
summer.
days are going to get kind of cold. A little
Really?
Chilly for a
Yeah,
couple
maybe
days.
a little chilly, but then for what I saw, it looks like next weekend's going to be fucking fantastic down in the Ozarks too. This fucking sucks. It's like
Oh,
our weekend was going to be this weekend.
We haven't talked about this on here. I had this idea I was telling Mike about. We should do like opening day. Like,
You did.
You
we
did talk about it,
okay,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think you talked about opening day. You talked about how we should make a list. And
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go through a list of opening day
Yeah.
For pools, and then just like
Have you
every
guys been
day
in
I'm
your
in a
pool yet?
different pool.
Yeah.
You already went in your pool? Okay.
Been in it once.
It is heated though, which helps.
It is, but we haven't been heating it because it's been getting so cold at night. So like I'll heat it like when it's like to bring it up to where it's a little bit more comfortable, and then it stays warm for a while. But like when it's every day, like heating it up and then it cools when it gets down to the 50s at night. No, and so you can't run that heater all the time. It's way too expensive to do it. So it was kind of one of those. It just wasn't worth it. So we haven't had the heater on it. It was one day that I was really warm, and Ashley and I got in the afternoon for a while. And then Cooper's been in it like 5 times because he doesn't care.
That's what I was just going to say. I'm like, Cooper's just like, fuck
it. Yeah. But also like he'd get done, with baseball. He got, done with practice and he's catching. So he's hot, so like, he's like, I just want to dive in. I'm like, go for it.
Yeah. It's his cold plunge.
It is. It really is. But like when you're sitting in that gear for fucking 3 games in a row, like he's like, just.
Oh yeah.
Cool him down. It works out. So
I would be in that thing all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like a fish.
Yeah. You are.
I love it.
It is nice. It's nice. It's just, once it gets going up here, temperature gets going probably by this week and next weekend, I'm sure we'll be in it in between.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Baseball. So
I'm already ready. Like I always saw the picture today. I'm like, I'm ready to get in the pool.
Yeah.
But on a warm day, I'm a pussy, man. I can't do that freezing cold shit. Like I tried doing that cold plunge thing. And I do still want to get over the hump, but I lasted like 30 seconds, and I'm like, I'm out.
Well, this comes a time, I know you guys get your pool, but at the same time, when all of a sudden we're like, hey, we got eliminated from the tournament pretty early. We're gonna be home. Who wants to come over to the pool?
We'll be home in 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll be home. Grab some stuff, grab some beer coming out. You know what I mean? So
well, I will be anticipating those texts where I'm like, I hope Cooper does great.
Right.
Kind of.
Right.
It's one of those things, right? It's like, if you're going to get knocked, just get knocked right away, Otherwise,
we could just go there and get the beers on ice and make sure the pool's ready for them if they do get knocked.
Yeah, we're here for you, Sean.
That's what
whatever
says.
you need.
That's what everyone says. Well, you don't need to be there. I'll be happy to let myself in and take care of it for you.
Make sure it's ready for you.
I got all your pool towels folded into like swans and shit. Just,
honestly, as long as it's used, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Really, to be honest with you, I don't care. Like, use it, because it's otherwise. Like,
that really is true. I hate when I see people have things and they just don't use them.
Right.
It's their stuff. It's whatever. But I don't understand it.
Right.
Like, if I'm getting it, like Eric got his hot tub. He's in that fucker a lot.
I drive by one like over by my house, and I swear to God, I've never seen anybody using it.
In a pool?
Like, no, a hot tub.
Oh, a hot tub, yeah.
And it's like a really nice setup. They got a TV out there and like a cover thing and all this. And I'm like, there's never anybody there. Nobody uses it.
That's weird.
Do you have a TV at yours?
No, I'm going
down below there.
Yeah.
Because that would be awesome. Yeah. And my neighbor has one, and he puts TV down there, and I can always hear him Sunday Night Football, and I'm like, fuck, I know he's sitting in that hot tub, and I just hear it, I'm like, God, that sounds awesome.
That's a boss setup.
Right.
But aren't you only supposed to be in a hot tub, like, medically for like 30 minutes?
Yeah,
I'm not supposed to at all. I got high blood pressure. They tell you not to go in those things. So
there's a lot of things we're not supposed to do.
Well, that's true. Hey,
we're not
cheers.
supposed to drink as much as we do either, but, what are you going to do? Puss out?
I've heard that from multiple people, and I'm like, almost every time I've been in a hot tub a little late at night with some people, you're in there for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, I don't know.
It makes me laugh too, of like what things that we hear, and then we're like, oh, I'm gonna follow that rule. And
I'll
this
note
one, like,
that.
nah, that's not a rule. That's
that's where it goes in and out.
That's where you throw like, well, I don't know. I heard those hot tubs are bad for you, but hey, give me another beer, will you? Like, hey, pass me one of those cigars, would you? It'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
I really need these organic green beans because they're so good for me. But I'm gonna drink a 30 pack of Busch Light too.
I like these organic green beans on top of my pizza,
But see, if you eat that while in the hot tub, they counteract each other. So you're still
there you go.
winning.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have the good without the bad.
You see those things for girl math? That's guy math right there. Okay, so if I eat this thing that's good for me, I can eat the rest of this shit, and it'll balance out, right? And we're good to go.
I do that a lot, where I'm like, man, I crushed that salad yesterday. Like, I can have a pizza. And you're like, that's not the same thing at all. And also, that salad you had wasn't healthy.
Well, we've already discussed that. Salads.
Yeah.
Real men and genius. We're good to go.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a salad.
A 9-pound salad with a pound of ranch. That's how you do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Someone did say, my buddy Tyler messaged me. I kind of forgot we had talked about comedians on one of them.
Yeah.
And like our favorites. And I totally forget about this guy because he's been dead for a long time, but how it stood the test of time. He said Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, God, man, I totally forget about that guy sometimes. But
There were multiple, like that was one of the names. I was just thinking like so many Carlin. There's so many like good ones that I just didn't come to my head while we were talking.
yeah,
and
because you haven't heard him in a long time.
Right. I think we should revisit that and then maybe do a little research before, you know what I mean? Where we actually think about it for a week and come, you know, because same one, after I listed that, I was like, God, I could name off like 100 more that I think,
Yeah.
are great. You know what I mean? It's just like in the moment.
If you go into the 80s, 70s and 80s, like there's so many. I mean, between comedians, people that were on SNL that were just fucking hilarious,
Yeah.
you know, all that. So.
Yeah.
The hilarious part is that episode wasn't even supposed to be about comedians.
No, it was supposed to be about movies.
Yeah, we should have just named that episode like, this is why we are bad at this. Stay on task. Fuck
Right.
you.
Good luck. Good luck.
It's not going to happen.
It's just a suggestion. It's not a.
So I saw a thing recently about this chick, and I'm sure this was a viral thing that blew up, and I'm late to it because I'm old. But it was a girl asking their husband or whatever, like if someone gave you $1 billion, would you punch me in the face?
Yes, I saw this too. Yes,
And I
yes.
saw some of the women being like, "Are you serious? If you would do that?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you didn't want me to do that, I'm going to question your loyalty. Like $1 billion,
Right.
I'd let you run me over with a car or fucking hit me with a bowling ball. Like,
The one guy that I saw, he's like, I would hit you with a 2x4 in front of your mother. Like
in front of your mother.
I would lay you out. You know, it's like for $1 billion. For $1 billion, yes, I would. Yeah,
I will choke slam you in church.
I mean, I know Ashley, and she'd flatten me, and I would be mad if she didn't. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's my point. Exactly. Yeah. Like people forget billion with a B. Like how much different than a million that is.
It's like Diddy money.
Oh boy. Think how much baby oil you can buy with $1 billion.
Slide right off there.
I haven't heard about that recently. I don't know if there's been any like.
Oh, like I
know?
told you, TikTok's keeping me in the loop, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's pretty bad.
All right, hit us with it, Sean. How's it going?
I don't have it. From my analysis, is he's screwed.
By my accounts, he's fucked. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't even, maybe this makes me sound stupid. I don't even know what the fuck racketeering is. Like, I always thought that was like in like a tax evasion type stuff. Maybe it is, but that's the big thing they're getting him on, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I can look up the actual definition, but
Because
It
isn't that
is
how they got
very
like Al
similar.
Capone and everyone? It's always tax shit. Because it's like at a certain point when you get enough money, you
Well, and then there's
aren't doing something right.
stuff with happening in other states. And
essentially
other
it's
Across multiple-
having an illegal
Oh.
it's an illegal enterprise. You've built a business on things that are illegal to do, and it's multifaceted. So like
say-
Which
you don't-
trafficking people is illegal.
yes,
So.
that's,
right, and like things like a scheme, like trying to scam people
Like
out
a
of
Ponzi
money.
scheme,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you have multiple people involved that could be considered racketeering. Like that's essentially what it says.
That's an awfully big word for today.
Ponzi. Oh,
No,
wait, what?
racketeering. Like we're going to get into that stuff here.
Should we start a word of the day?
A set of illegal activities aimed at commercial profit that may be disguised as legitimate business deals.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like Breaking Bad. It's like they had a car wash, but it was just for laundering money. Like yeah,
Or just the mafia.
or yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I think
right.
that's like
I
where
think
that
the
is.
reason that you hear about it all the time is those are the things that are easier to prove than to be like, you're relying on a witness for
Yeah.
something that involves a person, right? But they can say like, we have proof because here's the receipts and here's the
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense. Look, at the end of the day, did he be fucked?
Yeah, he'd
So,
be in trouble.
Yeah. Which, you know what? Again,
Yes. Okay.
you deserve this for what you did to Biggie. So fuck off. Yes, I hold a grudge.
Oh, dude, that was I'm digging that. Would you hit me for $1 billion? That was pretty good. I forgot about that one.
There was the other one I saw. I laughed so hard at the way she said it. There's this guy dropping his probably wife off
Yes.
at her fucking like 20-year class reunion. And he's like, all right, honey, go have fun. She's like, I will. Thanks, honey. Some of these guys fingered me. And she closes the door. And the guy's like, oh, okay. Like, first of all, what a boss, like for coming up with that line on the spot.
Right.
And then like the guy's just like, I'll just accept this because it's all I can do now. She's not that person anymore,
Yeah.
Now I might go to a class reunion.
So wouldn't they be so much better if you had like, you know, it had your
oh God, like your roster,
your roster on your name tag.
Stats. God, your stats. Oh, there's just tally marks on your back.
Mine would be like 0 for 100, so it'd be all right, you know. Like,
but yours would also
swing and a miss.
Yours
swing
would
and a
also
miss.
say the best personality.
Swing, yeah, right. You're
Yeah.
more of the guy I'd like to marry.
Yeah.
Not really date. Oh, yeah. So you're just a big old nerd, huh? Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. I said something about that.
There's
recently.
a lot wrong with it when you're in high school. There's not wrong
Well,
with
yeah.
it.
That's the other thing though. When we were in high school, being a nerd, you know, got your ass kicked and got you made fun of and stuff, and that's the polar opposite now.
Yeah.
Shit, sometimes for a little bit there, it even shifted. And everyone's like jocks or losers. I'm like, what? I'm like, that has never happened ever.
I'm sure it really affected your DPI. Dicks put in.
Dude, I was staring at him like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
I had to come up with a stat.
So if you're listening, ladies, we'd love to know what your DPI is. No, I'm kidding. Please don't tell us that. And if you do email me, say you want it anonymous because I don't want to say your name.
Do we have an email?
We're still cool, right? At gmail.com. Yes, I do have one. Okay. This is from Ben Smith. And at first I was like, who the fuck is that? But then I instantly remember he's awesome. So he said, my name is Ben. I work with Karen. I've met Mike a few times at third base. He's awesome. Every time we talk, it's like, I don't want to stop talking to the guy. But he said, just wanted to say I'm loving the show and I have a suggestion. Some podcasts have names for their fans, listeners. I propose yours be called WSCR, plural, pronounced Whiskers or Weiskers. I don't know. So he's basically taken the acronym and he's like, that's what and he said like facial hair on the middle-aged men or maybe even some women, no judgment. So he said, thanks for the consideration and laugh. So shout out Ben. He's the man.
I like it.
Yeah. So,
yeah, like the 92%ers and all that stuff that you hear like on the other, like, Kelsey's podcast and that stuff.
Yeah. So,
The Whiskers.
I don't mind it. I like cats.
What do you guys think? First one's been thrown on the table. We're nicknames here. So.
Unless you got something better, that's what all of you will
For
be.
today, it's Whiskers. Shout out to Ben Smith, though, with the made-up name. I love it. Like, it sounds like you're put on spot. I don't, Ben
Well, and that's
Smith.
something I wouldn't have thought of. Is like, you do usually get, you know, if there's fans of something, they come up with a name for them, like the Swifties and, you know, which we're basically as big as Taylor Swift. So
I know.
we should probably
Any
come
day
up with
now.
this. Yeah.
It'd be nice if they started listening.
The Swifties?
Yeah. Spread that through.
Are you sure about that?
How do we get that going?
I bet it would lead to, you'd probably be able to get your side-by-side.
Yeah, probably.
I bet I would.
I bet you'd be able to get it pretty quick.
My kids would love me too. I mean, not many people don't like Taylor Swift.
Right?
Like I'm not a Swiftie. My kids kind of are, but like she's good at what she does.
I'd say I respect
She crushes it.
Yeah.
Also, it's the craziest thing to think about is I saw a thing the other day where, and maybe I have the year wrong, but back when she was just starting and was kind of a no-name, she actually played in Cedar Rapids once, and it was like less than 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
So to go from that to this is mind-blowing.
Wow.
Like you forget how people can hit that wave and, you know, really write it perfect.
Right.
You know?
So follow the podcast. We'll see where we're at in 10 years. I feel like we're on the same trajectory.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like.
And Taylor, since I know you're listening,
Right.
hit me up. I need that side by side.
Shout out, girl.
So, yeah. Okay.
Don't you love those? Like, we just need one of those stories like that people love to post on TikTok or whatever. It's like they just show up with the side by side because they heard it through the grapevine. Somebody like mentioned them, and then the celebrity just like
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Let's
that's what
manifest
needs to
that.
happen.
Boy, I would
Put
hate
that
for
out
someone to
there.
just show up with a free side by side for me. I was in a local place recently, and a girl I went to high school with was working there. And we were talking, and it was Mother's Day, and she said something about how like, yeah, her kids probably won't even see her today on Mother's Day. You could tell she was joking, and then she says that, and then one of them shows up 5 minutes later, and then 5 minutes later another one shows up of her kids.
Nice.
And she's like, "There's something about this place. You say things and they end up happening. It's crazy." I'm like, I would hate to win the Powerball. Like, it didn't happen.
Did you buy a Powerball ticket though?
No.
See, goddamn. See, come on.
In my defense, I told Kara like every day for a week, I'm like, I need that Powerball ticket. I never did it. So I guess I shot myself in the foot.
Well, you can't win if you don't play. Come on.
I know. And
Come on now.
the odds. I mean, whatever. Don't even get me started on
Say
that.
the odds.
Well, here's the thing.
Like it isn't a solid investment. That's not what I'm saying. But hey,
I know that.
Throw $2 at it.
I just feel like, and this isn't like in life in general, but winning things, I'm so unlucky. You know, you hear people, you go to the casino and they're like, yeah, I won $1,000. I'm like, damn. Or a friend of ours recently, Zach, won $500 on a scratch off. It's like the most I've ever won on a scratch off or pull tab is $2. And then like even those bar.
Well, maybe you're due for the big one then.
I keep telling myself that and I just keep losing money, Sean. So I don't know, like, do I just keep trying? So those bar slot games, you know, I'll even try one of those. And you might win $5 of your dollars back and that's it.
I remember the first time I was in Vegas, right when we got into the hotel, I put, $5 in the slot machine. Bing, I'd win like $50 or something.
I'd be like done.
Well, I was like, it was my first. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm gonna be one of those people that the best. This. I didn't fucking win another set the whole whole fucking weekend. But I was like watching. I'm like, this is gonna be it, man. I'm gonna be one of those people here. Like penthouse, here I come.
Yeah, they're gonna have to come over and make me sign.
Yeah, I'm gonna have sign stuff.
And then nothing.
Nothing.
And that's why I just stuck to poker because at least I felt like I had a little bit of control over it, even if I still lost my ass.
Still get crushed by people that are way better than us.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of them. Oh, I just thought about this. You said when you were in Vegas, I forgot you and Ashley were on like a viral video.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That just clicked when you. So Eric, remember those videos? It'd be like someone going down an escalator and they'd like, I don't know, make a fart sound and they'd record the people's reactions around them. They were on one of those.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We were there. Yeah.
Was
the
it
guy
Vegas?
Yeah, we were in Vegas and we were coming down one of the escalators outside, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden this guy comes by, he's like, oh, you can hear him. He's like, oh, it's a bad one. I forget what he said, you know what I mean? And I like make this face like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
And Ashley just starts laughing.
And Ashley like, and everyone else start laughing. And then I realized what's going on. And I've seen those videos before.
Oh, you knew?
So then we were coming down, like I was like, I go, Ashley, there's a camera on here somewhere, and I like see it, and I like point it. You don't see it in the
they
just clip it out of the video, but yeah, if you would have saw it all the way through, like I'd recognize the guy then. And then I saw where they had the camera set up when he went down it, and it was hilarious. I mean, yeah, he's doing it's like all these other people on the escalator, and yeah, we're Ashley and I right there.
Some of those are, I don't care if it makes me a child. They're so funny.
Oh yeah,
like when the guy, I know fart jokes are always funny no matter your age, but there's this guy. Maybe it was the one that did it to you guys. I can't remember. He always has a backwards hat on. He's kind of a bigger guy.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Is that the guy?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
His are the best. He's like
where
walking
jumps,
through the
he's
park,
like stretching, and he's like, oh,
yep. He's like, oh, I lost that flapjack, and just like runs off, and people are like, what the?
Yeah, but that's like what he did, like running by us and then get stuck at the stair. Like he couldn't get through anybody else, and it was pretty funny. So
some of those prank shows, though, I saw one where a guy would go into a dressing room and they would somehow, I can't remember what it was, but they would sneak lipstick onto the collar of it. And then he'd try and come out to his wife and she'd see it. And then there was a trap door and a woman would come out after he came out and she'd come out of the same dressing room. And the wives were like slapping their husbands and some of the guys like, I don't know how this happened.
I've seen those too when they're going up the escalator and the other girl like grabs the guy's hands, you know what I mean? And then they turn around and stuff. That's the
one I was going to mention. I was thinking you were going to say that was what you got. It's like some guy just like rubbed your arm.
Yeah.
And you see some people like
some girl do it and you see Ashley punch me. Yeah.
The funniest how these people don't like, it makes them so mad. I've seen so many girls like try and run down to the girl, but they're running down the escalator going up. And it's like, you're not going anywhere. It's like, Jesus.
That's pretty good.
But hey man, you went viral. That's cool.
I didn't. We were part of it.
You were part of it. That guy owes you.
I bet he's going to pay up real quick.
How does that happen if you,
I'm pretty sure it was us that sold that video, right? I mean, it wasn't his
Look, as someone who saw it, it was definitely you guys. The rest of it was garbage.
Yeah. Because Ashley's even had coworkers and all of a sudden go, hey, were you and Sean in Vegas recently? And this was
how
like
did you
6
guys
months
find
afterwards. I think it was a girl that Ashley worked with.
Okay. Because I never asked that.
Then,
you guys sent it to me, but I never saw it before that.
Oh, yeah. Because then I was like sharing it with everybody. Like, check it out.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm famous. I'm TikTok famous.
What's that?
Does it still exist?
I'm sure.
It's out there somewhere, yeah.
I'll see if I can find it.
Okay.
So maybe we need to come up with one of those.
I don't,
or like, I'm trying to think what I could do. I could graze someone's hand, but they'd be like, ew, dude, get away from me.
We don't need to both just go get our asses
little
kicked.
leprechaun just rub my hand. Like, did you kick him? He was going the other way.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I don't know. Viral videos, man. They're a thing.
Sticking on you. So I had somebody ask a question. Who are actors or actresses that people absolutely love their movies, but they drive you nuts? Like you don't like to watch them.
Jerry Seinfeld. Sorry, I can't stand that guy.
Really?
I don't think he's
You don't
funny.
like the show? Okay.
I don't like the show. And the people who love Seinfeld are like, you just don't know. I'm like, I don't care if it's. I can't stand the guy. I've never once even smiled at something he has said. I cannot fathom how he has been so rich. And he seems like a pompous prick in real life too.
Yeah, but he kind of leans into it. That's the only part
He
that I'm
does.
okay with it. Like he's just kind of like, yeah, I don't give a shit. That's what I am. You know what I mean? Like kind of.
I will say I saw his show, the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Yeah.
I love that show because of the guests.
Right.
Like they make me laugh, but
Sure.
that guy can suck it.
I think he's pretty funny, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't huge in the Seinfeld stuff,
Yeah.
but I still think they're pretty good. But my guy's Ben Stiller.
You can't stand him. There's something very annoying about him.
Well, I get embarrassed for people. So
Yeah.
his whole humor is all about, you know what I mean? Like Meet the Fockers and stuff like that. Like it's like
That's true.
painful for me to watch those movies because I'm just like constantly embarrassed for the person. But he's had great movies. Like there's no doubt, you know what I mean? Like, and I've seen a ton of them.
Yeah.
But
same.
I just really struggled.
Damn
Like
it. That's going to be in my head
And
now.
it's more of that his humor than it, you know what I mean? Like, cause he seems like a, you know what I mean?
But I
he doesn't
can
look like a dick.
You
or
say
anything
that,
like
and I
but
can
like,
think
yeah.
of 10 different instances of him where he was doing something. It was so cringy, I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, like all like the Meet the Fockers, like all those. I hate.
There was an episode of Friends he did it. He was like making
freaking
fun of
out on
the duck
he's
or something.
spazzing it. Yeah,
And I'm like,
spazzing at
this is
people.
not funny, and you're just an idiot.
Well, I don't know. I just yeah.
But clearly, he's doing fine.
He does yeah, or like I mean, I think he's like great in dodgeball and some of that stuff, but it's just I just struggle with.
Well, Zoolander didn't help.
so.
I mean, I never even finished the movie. It was so terrible. There's only one scene.
and some people love it. Like some
No.
like that. It wasn't mine.
There was
my
one
flavor
funny
either,
part,
but-
and that's where they're like spraying gas on each other and like dancing in it, like not realizing, and then they blow up. That was kind of funny. But other than that no.
Will Ferrell more on that one than.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Eric, you got anybody like that? You have any?
I generally like can appreciate most
Yeah.
comedians. Like even if I'm not a huge fan or like Seinfeld, I'm not crazy about him, but
Yeah.
I don't like hate it to where I like don't ever want to, you know.
You're not like me.
Right.
So like, I don't find Wanda Sykes very funny.
Oh, I don't either.
Like I don't really like. She can have moments, but like in general,
Yeah.
I've tried.
Now you're.
I'm just like no.
Well, and her voice is annoying as shit. Like, there's also things with that. Like, I can't stand just the way some people sound.
I kind
Yeah,
of like
there's
some of her
some-
stuff though. You motherfucker.
I just never
See,
could get into it.
there's moments, but
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
in general, I don't find her that funny.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
but I still wouldn't say like I'm like, no, I'm not watching her show because it's her.
Right.
Like I'll still watch it. I'll give it a chance.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of
now
weird.
I'm thinking of comedians. Like, I never found Amy Schumer funny. Like,
She's
fallen
tough
off.
for me sometimes.
I
too.
just never got it.
I liked
Like,
it.
you know?
I liked her too, and I thought she was so hot in her one special.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't. I don't even know if I saw really her special. No, I did. Yeah.
Like,
Because she was really big for a few years. Yeah.
Yeah. She was like the hot shit. She was in everything, but I don't know.
Speaking of
Whatever.
comedian, I'm so off topic, but one more I just thought of from back in the day that is probably easily in my top 5 was Patrice O'Neill.
Oh,
He
well,
was
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. There's a segment where he's on Fox News and they're talking about why a joke, what you should say and what offends you and whatever. And there's some female, like a feminist reporter, I don't know, on there. And she's like, no, you're talking about donkey punching and stuff like that. Like, that's not funny. He's like, funny is subjective. It's not funny to you. And
Right.
he's like, you could make a joke about sugar. And he's like, I'm diabetic. I'm offended. He's like, you can't do that. You know, he's like, you don't understand funny. And then she's trying to, she was trying to explain what a donkey punch was. And she was saying it wrong. She's like, you're having sex with a woman and you like punch her in the back of the head. He's like, that's not how you do a donkey punch. Like, it's like he is hilarious.
Oh, that's fun. Well, I mean, as we're spinning on many topics here, but you were talking about the baby videos.
Oh my fucking God.
Like
They're
how
my
you
favorite.
like you love those
The last week has just been me watching. I mean, people are probably annoyed with how many I'm sharing my stories and stuff, but yeah, the AI turning people into babies. And dude, like the scene from Friday with Debo.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking AI nails it. They look just like little baby characters.
It's hilarious with them. Have you seen them?
seen some,
Yeah. I saw one like Friends, it's same thing. And all of a sudden it's like an instant meme. I'm going, how can we do that with our podcast?
Oh my God.
How can we have one? Please, come on.
I mean, maybe I'll just put a picture of us in Chat GPT and be like, does Chat GPT do video? I've only ever asked it for pictures.
I've never tried.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not techie enough for this stuff. I'm teaching myself as I go.
We're learning.
I mean, most of those pictures I've posted have been made by Chat GPT.
Sure.
Which it crushes some of them.
Right.
Layla saw one and it was the one with Clint. And she goes, oh, you had TJ on the podcast. And I go, no. And she goes, that's TJ. And I was like, that's Sean. And she's like, oh, I can see that now. But the more I looked, I was like, oh, it does look like TJ kind of. It's like a perfect mix of you two. So I was like, it's obviously not perfect.
Right.
But
those, the baby ones are hilarious with that. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of the
Theo Vaughn ones recently are my absolute, because he's a little rednecky, so it's like always a baby with a mullet. Like it's just like fucking ridiculous. I just want to see more. I'm like, keep doing them. I love these.
Yeah.
Like the one of him talking about when you pet a dog and it doesn't leave.
Yeah.
It just sits
that's
there and lets
love,
you
man.
pet it.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, God, I love that. Makes me want to kick a fat kid at Kmart. Like,
Oh man.
rest in peace, Kmart.
Right. That's right.
Isn't that weird?
It is.
Also, random thing I thought about the other day. We used to have some. I guarantee you know this because your parents live by it. Sun Foods.
Sunmart.
Oh, that was Sun Foods.
No, Sunmart.
Yeah.
I worked there for years.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that where CVS is now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Sunmart. That was my first job.
Until Hy-Vee took over everything.
Yeah. Yeah. We were always like the stepchild for sure down the road.
I would say it's kind of like Fairway is now, but it's like Fairway's solid. They just don't open a million locations like Hy-Vee does.
Sure.
I don't know. I guess they do have quite a few in town. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Again, my brain is
We're
just
all over the place here. So anyways, where we are at originally. If you would share anybody movies that you actors or whoever that are super popular, have popular movies, but for you, you're just like, no way. Drives me nuts. I'd be curious for some people to email us in and what they're thinking with that stuff.
And Jerry Seinfeld's not even, I mean, I guess, he is an actor. Duh.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I think
They all do a little bit of both.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's true. Because I'm like, I know there's more than that. Most people's, let's be honest, this question pisses me off because I guarantee 99% of people are going Nicolas Cage, and you all can suck it because he's the man. I don't care what anyone says.
I like Nicolas Cage, so I'm good with it. I'm with you. I'm on your team for that. You know who I think is overrated is The Rock.
He's such a bad actor.
I don't think but like his movies are like huge, but that is not my, like, again, he looks like a cool guy. He seems like just his movies, I'm just not here for him. They're not, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of one movie where I'm like, that was great because he was in it.
Right.
I can't think of one.
Right.
I mean, he did do the Vin Diesel thing for a long time where he was just making like those, family friendly kind of comedy, like The Tooth Fairy. I mean, that was Vin Diesel, but stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then he got more action. And then like Black Adam, I know you're not like super big into comic book movies, but that is by far one of the biggest pieces of shit I couldn't even finish it.
Really?
It was awful. Yeah. Oh my God. Eric's looking at me like, I liked Black Adam. Is that what you're going to say?
I thought it was okay.
You like The Rock?
I know it's not good, but I didn't hate it.
It's okay.
It's over the top.
Boys, it's okay. We can have different opinions about something.
No, we can't.
You
Eric
be
hates
nice.
me and I don't like it.
I like that DC actually like tried to do something there.
They tried to step up, and I do respect that, but yeah, I hated that movie.
And like Dr. Fate and shit like that being in it is cool. I don't know. But I'm a Marvel person way before DC, so.
Same. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Was he in the Jungle Book?
Jumanji.
Yeah.
Okay, that was actually kind of funny. I
Yeah.
remember taking the kids to that.
And he's good in that, him and
Kevin Hart. They're funny together.
But they're funny together. And I think they're funny in their interviews and stuff like that when they do it.
I know you're like, just do that.
Yeah, just do that part of it. Yeah, that's so.
The Rock is a good one. There's so many people who are just terrible actors. Like, now I will say someone who should be like The Rock, I think, is John Cena. I think he's fucking great.
He's hilarious.
Dude, have you seen Peacemaker?
No.
Watch it.
Yeah.
It's a comic
It's on
book,
Max.
but it's not. It's raunchy as fuck. Like you don't need to know
fucking
anything.
hilarious.
It's so good.
Yeah.
He has a pet, but it's a fucking bald eagle. Like he's like America as fuck, basically, is his character.
Right.
So he's a pet bald eagle, and oh my god, it's so good.
Have you seen the latest like promo clip that they released for the new season?
No.
It's basically him leaking to the producers that HBO is changing. It's not going to be HBO Max, or it's not going to be Max anymore. They're going back to HBO Max.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
And but it's him explaining it to them that they were just in a meeting. It's like him dressed as Peacemaker, telling all these people on the set, like, yeah, they're changing the name. You know, we're going back to it.
Like he's calling the shots.
There is.
You'd love it.
So,
Have you seen the Ricky Stenicki? Have you seen
No,
that?
that's what I really want to see, and I haven't watched it.
So we watched parts of it. It's decent, but there's a part when he's talking about the boss about being like, oh yeah, you're
jerking off too.
But it's when he's speaking, and you have to watch it because you'll be all about it. You'll be all about that part of it, and so you can remind me. I just remember watching that and being like, that was fucking hilarious. But
yeah, I remember the promos and stuff for it, going like, that's a really dumb premise. And then I finished the trailer. I was like, okay, that was fucking hilarious.
Because I forget what he calls the nickname for him doing it. Like, oh yeah, you're all over the place. Oh, that's a double or something like that.
Is it like skiing?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but he's like, oh,
our girlfriends, I still say that to them when they get in the back seat and they're in the middle with like, let's say you and I and each time, like, oh, you ready to go skiing?
Yeah,
they're like, I don't understand. And I do the motion. They're like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm a child. Oh, they know.
They know.
Don't act all proper now. I know you. I know where you've been. We're from the streets.
Oh,
Speaking of from the streets, Eric's kids taught me some new terminology these days that the kids are using.
what you got?
Am I okay?
Go for it.
Okay. So Jack said when he was there, he's like, I'm looking for them country huzz. Apparently you don't call them hoes, you call them huzz.
Huzz.
But then the kids go, well, but then you're supposed to even dumb it down more and combine the words. So it'd be cuz. I'm like, well, that's gross. So we're not looking for the cuz, right? Because that's like cousin. So, but yeah, it's like, where the huzz at?
The huzz.
And that's one I had never heard before.
I feel like I've just kind of heard it
I mean,
like on just even worse enunciation.
that's true. I'm sure I've accidentally said that before. Yeah. But yeah, I had never heard
them
that.
Huzz at.
Huzz. So thanks, Jack. Thanks, Jack, for teaching this old
dropping
man some
the lingo here.
Yeah, so when you hear Coop saying it or something, just be like, I'm gonna thump you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know what
So
you're looking for.
you'll know what's going on.
That's that other teacher always does it. That reads like what her students say to her.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that. So like,
I like the guy. There's a guy that does. He like in class will start like throwing out the stuff that they say.
Yeah.
wait, what?
Like he'll like
use their terminology back to him.
He'll say the terminology and like they just like cringe and.
See, that was my favorite.
Or
thing
he'll
to
do like a tutorial. He'll be like, okay, so this is what I learned from my 5th graders this week.
Yeah.
And it's a tutorial for us.
So
like
earlier how we said, oh, by the time it happens, it'll already be out of style or whatever. That's the other thing. I'll learn this stuff. Like my daughter might teach me something and 2 weeks later I'll say it. She's like, Dad, that's embarrassing. No one says that anymore.
But
like,
that's why
you just told me 2 weeks ago.
That's why they're teaching you.
Yeah. Because the other one was, I don't know. I don't even want to say it because I already feel so stupid when I say these words because I feel like I'm using them wrong and I don't.
But that's
really
why I just lean into it and say it on purpose wrong, and then it just really gets them going. So
I do love embarrassing my kids. It's one of my favorite things.
All right, this is what I was looking for. I had another text for a topic my cousin Ben sent me about best movie show like duos, Maverick and Goose. He had Shaggy and Scooby. He had Han Solo and Chewie. Martin and Riggs.
Yeah, Murtaugh
and Riggs, and Doc and Marty.
Yeah,
Back to the Future.
Murtaugh and Riggs is like probably my favorite. Dude, I was obsessed with the Lethal Weapon.
That was good.
I mean, especially even the first one. I mean, you watch it back now and you realize how old it was. I mean, Mel Gibson was young in that. Wasn't Nick Nolte? No. Who's that crazy
That was
guy?
another 48 Hour. Nick Nolte and
He looks like
I know exactly.
You know who I'm
what you're
talking
saying,
about.
yeah.
And then his son was an actor too. His son was in like Starship
Gary
Troopers.
Busey.
Gary Busey.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah,
I was
He-
like, I couldn't think of his name.
yeah.
Yeah, he was the bad guy in the first one. That was when he wasn't totally batshit crazy. I think he lost his mind like 5 years later.
Right.
I mean, he's just fucking funny.
He's
If you ever
crazy.
Just see, like, no, but just the shit he says and he starts talking about stuff. And
But I
I'm like, oh
can't.
my
Here's the
God.
thing: I can't tell if he's serious
Right.
or if he's fucking with people.
Well, did you watch the show?
Can it be both?
Did you watch
Like-
Entourage?
Maybe.
Did you watch show? Remember
Yeah,
the show Entourage?
yeah.
He would be on there a few times. Like,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You're gonna
God,
spin off this
such a
planet.
good show.
That was so
was
good.
just
I wish it would have lasted longer. Like,
It's just you watch it for what it was. It was just kind of entertaining, kind of
Yeah.
fun. Like, people would get like too hard on it or whatever. It's like, it's just a fun show.
It's just a
but-
fun show.
And then I watched the movie too. Like, so
I didn't
watched
see that.
I watched a movie I guess it's been probably a year ago now, but I randomly came across it. It was one of those we signed up for HBO Max and all of a sudden I'm like, oh,
saw
I'll
it.
just take a look at it. Yeah. So it was good.
What was the agent? I'm blanking on his name.
Ari.
No,
Ari
I know.
Gold.
Yeah.
But his
What's his
the
real
actor's
name?
name.
Oh,
Piven. Jeremy
Jeremy
Piven.
Piven.
Piven, yeah.
What happened to him? He was huge. And then has he been in anything since then? I don't know what happened.
I haven't
So,
seen
and
it.
I that popped up because I saw a clip the other day of him doing something like an interview, but I don't know what happened to him. He was like one of the biggest ones from that show.
Yeah. Well, he was one of the guys that blew up the most. Because he was like the best. I mean, what a great character.
Oh, God.
He played it so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what else he's been in, I guess. Like PCU was awesome, but that was when he was still bald.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was like going bald.
Before
That was
the
like
plugs.
before.
So
Yeah.
he does do some stand up. He
Really?
starred in a film in 2023.
Yeah.
He's got a interesting like short story film that is
So he's living off that Entourage money.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
but
kind of
like-
like slowed down is what it seems.
Yeah.
Well,
but-
like I think he's extremely artsy. Like his parents were filmmakers also, like a small.
Oh, really?
Like he's been an actor like since
In
a
the
kid,
business.
like or been involved in it like since he was like a kid. So I think he
thing
was
that-
doing like some live shit and some stuff. Like I
the
think
thing
he's,
that's coming up is called The Performance, and he plays a Jewish American tap dancer who is offered a chance to perform for Hitler.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
it's like a independent kind of film.
Yeah.
That is
It's like-
artsy.
so
yeah.
That's one of my favorite things, though. Every time I hear, you'll hear about an actor or an actress or whoever that you haven't heard about in years, or you hear about them and they're blowing up, and so you go to their Wikipedia and you're like, oh, they have relatives, and you're like, and then you're like, what the fuck? Their mom was like the most famous actress in the
Yeah.
80s, and you had no idea they were related. Like
Down
that,
some rabbit hole.
dude. I do it almost every day. It happens, and
like
I
Ben
love
Stiller's
doing it.
Ben Stiller's parents, they were in
Huge.
Seinfeld.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
What did you know? Like I was gonna say when you said you didn't like him, but have you watched the shit? What's the new Apple TV show that's like gone crazy? Severance. He's the one that's like he's the director.
Really, I haven't
What?
seen it.
Ben Stiller's directing it.
Huh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of thing where you're like, oh, they fell off, and they're like, no, they're
They're
rich.
just doing whatever they
behind
want.
the
They're just
scenes
doing
now.
different shit.
Yeah.
No,
Which is-
they're very talented.
They're like,
people,
I don't
so
have to spend hours getting in makeup and all this shit, and I'm running the show. So
look at me with my podcast and our followers, and I'm talking shit about Ben Stiller.
dude, you're way bigger than
Right,
him.
I am huge. Okay, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and his wife, this is a blast from the past, was on Hey Dude growing up.
And she was from the Brady Bunch. Marsha,
Was she?
Marsha.
Oh, that's right.
Like
yeah,
the movie, the remake of the
Yep.
movie. Yeah,
I totally forgot about that. But yeah, like, do you ever watch Law and Order SVU? I mean, I'm sure at some point you
I
did.
have. Yeah,
You
but
have.
it's because it's been on for so long. Like I was on it
It's
for a while,
still
and then off of
going,
it.
and I
Yeah,
don't know how.
It's like 60 seasons or some shit.
It was the only one of those kind of shows I ever watched, but I probably watched 5 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm clearly not obsessed with it. I haven't watched it in forever. But the lady on there, Mariska Hargitay, her mom, is like one of the most famous actors. I can't remember her name now. But she was like the star of the 70s and stuff. And then the dad was famous too. And then she died in a car wreck. Mariska,
Jane Mansfield.
Jane Mansfield.
Oh, okay.
That's her mom.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she died in a car wreck, and Mariska was in the car. She's the only one that survived.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
Man.
That's the one that always stands out to me because I had no
And then,
idea.
yeah,
It
that
said
show,
60 seasons, but they're on season 26.
26.
That's still a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, syndication money, you're good.
yeah.
Forever.
I mean, because it's
and
on
they're
just
still
over
on
and over and over.
every
Yeah, it's still on every channel.
Yeah.
Because what is it to get syndicated? Is it 10 seasons?
No.
It used to
No.
be, I think.
Not 10, because there's
Oh.
not that many that, I mean,
6.
there's really not that many shows that get to 10 on average. You know, like, I bet it's 4.
I'm going to say 5. Or maybe 6. I'm going to say 5.
Well,
Because also, whatever number he's going to say, I feel so bad for the guys who are on big
A
shows.
series needs a minimum of 88 to 100 episodes. So it's not even the
episodes.
seasons.
Okay.
Often, 4 seasons would be 22 episodes. So, yeah, maybe 10. I don't know.
Well, it just depends.
Just
I mean,
depends
like,
on how many episodes they do. But
yeah,
it's,
because when you think of Friends, for example, like that was 10 seasons, but they also had a shitload of episodes every season. They probably got syndicated by like season 6.
100 is the kind of general
is the mark.
but it does say like some have been syndicated with slightly less.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
But think of how many shows end probably right before that, and they're huge shows. They'd make so much money in syndication, and they're just like,
But I feel like a lot of those now they do get into syndication though, that are, I mean,
maybe. I'm just thinking like for, last night we watched while we were at the cabin, we watched the season finale of The Last of Us because my kids and I are obsessed with that. And that's only going to be 3 seasons. And so it's like, that will never make it. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think they're good on money.
Too.
I think so too. It's
changed the game a
syndication
lot.
isn't really like what it used. Well, what the fuck do I know? But
I wonder, because like Nick at Night, like, is that still a thing? Remember how we like all the old shows would come on? But when we were kids, it was like I Love Lucy and shit. Now the old shows that play is like Friends and.
Do you have one of those that like just Mork and Mindy? Did you ever see that?
I don't know. I don't know why. So I know it was
that
Robin
stuck with me.
Williams.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I ever actually saw an episode.
I never saw it either, but
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
I know what it is.
They would Nanu. That was like a thing that he would say. And
because they were like aliens or something, or from another planet.
I mean, I don't know why. It just always happened to be on, I think, when I went to bed or something. That was,
Well,
I would stay up and watch Mork and Mindy.
that is a blast from the past.
So weird.
That was a good one.
So I did it under here to see like what it would sound like. And
echo?
I feel like it sounded better
better
than the first one. I'm on my first beer. Leave me alone, everyone.
All
Yeah.
right.
So yeah. What about you, Eric? Did you have anything from the weekend that stuck out or that you want to talk about?
Oh, well, I something I was going to say earlier is like, I think it's underrated to just fucking sit in a chair or a hammock and
Relax.
have a beer.
Yeah.
And like, that's a vacation to me. I don't need to do, like, I like having things to do too, but
Yeah. But well, okay. So for like our example from this weekend is like we just sat around the fire, had some beers, bullshitted, right? It was a shitty weather weekend. So
yeah,
you
so
and
we just hung
kicked
out
it on the porch.
Yeah, we hung out on the deck.
Yeah, which is literally on the water. So it's
Yeah.
like one of the best places to do that. But like, I'm okay with that.
like Nick, you and
loved
Nick
it.
were like, you and Nick were talking about it and like, hey, we're going to smoke pork butt. And so we have to sit here and watch it because we have to keep adding wood. I'm like, oh, damn, that sounds terrible. I have to sit here and drink beer and watch meat cook.
Smell like smoke.
That sounds awful.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe play some bags while we're doing it.
that's
Like,
exactly what we did.
It's like that's why smoking goes so well.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
Drinking beer, hanging around, and then by the time you're ready for some food, that's when the food's done and it's peace out.
Yep. And that's why the guys who use, offsets and that kind of thing always make fun of people who use pellet smokers. And I'm like, look, and I go, here's the thing. I understand and love the craft of what you guys do.
Yeah.
And it's way more work.
Right.
But also I like my time. And I have kids and like, I can't sometimes stand around a smoker for 12 straight hours.
Right.
So fuck off. There's a place for both.
I want both. I want to have
Yeah,
both.
that's what I
because
mean.
like most of the time, I think I would use the pellet smoker because of the convenience and
Yes.
all that. And it gives me more opportunities to cook. But I also enjoy what we did. And it's like, I have a reason that I have to stay here.
Well, and it worked out well for this weekend. You guys are all together, holiday weekend, just kind of, so.
Oh my God. So we went to Prairie du Chien because it's right there, or the douche, as I call it. And we went, so we went to Stark's. And I think they should lean into it. I think they should make sure it's like, come get crazy at the douche, but whatever. So, but we went to a awesome fucking vintage antique shop. It had just the most random stuff. I love old stuff. All the stuff that you remember seeing in your house growing up. You know, like no one has an ashtray anymore because no one smokes.
Right.
But there's something about like seeing like a crystal ashtray just kind of sitting out, or like the old oil lamps, and I don't know. There's something about that to me. Well, anyway, this is not something that was in my house growing up. They had a massive Buffalo Wild Wings sign. Like it would have been used on the outside of the building. Like it's the logo and everything. It was only $75. It was huge.
How close was that to coming home?
I was trying to talk Kara into putting it above the bed. And she was not on board. And the people who owned the shop were dying. They were like, he's got to have it. You got to let him do it.
Yeah, Jack was going to spend his own money on it. I was just like, we don't have room for this.
So I don't know if it would have fit. I mean, it would have been a bitch to figure out. Close. But I'm like, I'll hold it out the window. We're getting this home.
Strap it to the top of the car.
It's one of those signs where it's like, that should be $400 or $500. I mean, it's huge. And the guy was like, yeah, we closed a couple of them down. There's a couple Buffalo Wild Wings bar stools in the back if you want to buy them. And I'm like, no, I just want that sign.
But they had whole ass benches that had Buffalo Wild Wings on them.
Like engraved in it and stuff. Huh. Like, no, I just want that above my bed.
You know what they had that you didn't mention? They had some old school
the Playboys from the 50s and 60s.
Nice.
Yeah, pages stuck together so you know it's good.
I was like, and I mean, they were thick as shit. Like they were
big.
A book.
Yeah.
I don't remember them being that
And
thick.
I'm like, yep, these are legit. They got Bush.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's that good.
Oh, man.
But it's weird seeing that shit and just going like, it unlocks nostalgia.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because you're like, everyone found their dads or their uncles.
Sneaking
Or a buddy bought one.
Sneaking into the woods. Look what I got.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
There's almost everyone has a story of sneaking into the woods.
Why is the woods? Why do you go to the
Exactly.
woods? Like, yeah. I don't know.
Why didn't you just go around the corner or something?
Right, yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
It is. I remember seeing my first Playboy though. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Who was on the cover? No, I'm kidding. There's probably no way you remember that.
I would know.
No, I went straight to the centerfold, baby.
I don't know.
You didn't remember names.
No.
Right.
That's another thing growing up. Like, I never saw this one, but Vanna White was in Playboy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I didn't fucking know.
I
Like,
didn't know that either.
that used to be a thing. Like, it was like, no one knocked you for doing that. I guess now they wouldn't either because everyone has a fucking OnlyFans or whatever.
But now is Playboy even around? Is that even a thing anymore?
Once he died, I think that was
Yeah,
it.
that was pretty much it.
wonder if any of
Cindy
those-
Crawford was in.
Like showing her titties?
I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I'm almost positive Pamela Anderson for sure.
Well, of course.
I
See,
had
there's
that.
so
I
many
had
of
that
them.
one for a while. Like I kept
I was
the
obsessed
Pamela
with
Anderson
Kath.
one, thinking it was going to be worth money or something. Like
It might be. Kathy Ireland. Forgot about her. I was obsessed with her.
She was on it?
I think so.
Or was she just a swimsuit issue? Sports Illustrated cover
That could
swimsuit
be.
issue.
I don't know. I think maybe just the topic got me thinking about her. But
I know we're
she
probably
was-
just making it up, like saying names that.
we're saying
Right,
what we
right.
wish happened.
But then I remember like being in like college or even like high school, it was like super popular. Like all the girls always had like that would tan. They'd always put the Playboy bunny sticker on them.
Dude,
You know what I mean? But
like
then
5 years ago, a thing popped up on my Facebook and it said, and I shared it, and literally people I went to school with were like, fuck you, I'm not. It said, if you had a Playboy bunny sticker as a tan line, you're probably in jail now. Or you've been to jail or
you've seen some shit.
Yeah. And like multiple girls were like, I have not been to jail. Thank you very
Right,
much. I'm like,
right.
all right. But I also know some that have. So it's fine.
It's kind of hot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. God, was it? Tanning beds. Just, God, the whole thing.
My mom used to own a hair salon, and she had a tanning
really?
bed that people so people would come in and use, like, it was the only tanning bed in town, but she had like a roll of those stickers. So like everybody in my town, that
Did you
used
sit
that
there and,
tanning
like,
bed
sign
would
them?
put them on.
Yeah.
Did you sign them in and out? Like, ladies.
I just sat there and like played my Game Boy while mom was working.
Show me your sticker on the way out. I'll take care of that for you.
Oh, that's good. That's funny. I was, have you ever tan? Did you ever do it?
I didn't tell this in the podcast, did I? Once.
You got fried, didn't you?
So it was, so for people that don't know me, I'm white as shit, and I only go from white to burnt to white. Like that's
Like
there's
you
no in
never
between.
get any color. Just
Like if
you-
I'm super fat and I sat on the beach and then I stood up after 6 hours, I'd literally look like a candy cane from my rolls. Like that's how white I am. So it was like homecoming sophomore year, maybe. I can't remember. And that was the thing. Everyone went tanning. And I was like, well, I got to, I had, this is when I had hair. I had the frosted tips.
Yeah.
So,
you had to rock the whole thing.
I had to
remember
look
seeing
good.
pictures of that with the frosted. I had frosted tips.
I had frosted tips for like 10 years. Like, so I go and I'm like, I'm going to tan. So I go there, I buy some minutes, and the woman looks at me funny right away.
Right.
That should have been my sign.
Right.
But I'm young and stupid.
Yeah.
And she's like, how many minutes do you want to buy? I was like, well, what's the packages? And she's like, well, like 100. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy 100 minutes. And she's like, so we do a trial. She goes, why don't you try it? And then like, we'll see how it goes. And I was like, all right. She goes, how long were you hoping to go in for? And I was like, I don't know, 15 minutes. She goes, no.
3.
So she goes, you need to do less than that with your complexion, whatever. I said, okay, fine, 10. She's like, way too much.
Right.
And so I was like, 5. She's like, you can try 5. She's like, but I'm warning you right now, like you might get burned. I'm like, it's 5 minutes. I'll be fine because I know everything.
Yeah.
I go in there, do it. By the way, it's terrifying when you get out of it and look in the mirror because I have freckles and they jump
Just
to
exploded.
the dude. I was like, oh my God, I have cancer, or it burned me. Like I looked like Deadpool after he gets all fucked up, like a testicle with teeth. So bad, dude. And so I'm terrified, but you don't look burnt. So I was like, oh, I'm like, it is what it is. And I walk out and she's mortified.
Right.
Like, oh, we fucked up.
Yeah. Like you went too much.
She goes, you're going to hurt tomorrow. She goes, I'm putting a note on your account. The longest you can go in from now on is once a week for 2 minutes at a time.
Right.
And I never went back.
I'd say it's like the waste of money for like
It
complete
was
waste
pointless.
of, yeah.
And I was charred the next day. So
You're more of a spray tan guy.
I've never done it, but I should be. I should
wear
do
the spray tan a little bit better than
Yeah.
than
I'm not metrosexual enough for that. I'm
I've
good
done
with
it
who I am.
before.
No,
I've
but I'm
done it
saying
before,
now
yeah.
at this age, like I'm never going to get spray tanned.
Sure.
Like I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, here's the goal. We got to get him a spray tan.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus
we
Christ.
gotta, we got
Someone's
to do
going to
it.
email like, we'd like to sponsor it if Michael get a spray tan.
That would be fantastic. You would look great.
Please don't do that because I would do it because that's who I am and I don't want to do it.
Oh, but then you'll know what it's like to look golden tan. It'd be funny.
Oh God. Golden tan.
Might never get you back.
I have spots of golden tan. Freckles. By the way, that's another thing. When I was born, or like when I was a kid, my uncles told me that I was covered in freckles because an elephant shit on me when I was born. And then I told my grandma that, and she goes, "They're kisses from God." And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, the elephant shit sounds way more likely. Like that's a lot of kisses.
Angel
So,
kisses.
yeah.
That's what my aunt always said.
Yeah.
You got angel kisses.
I'm like, well, I was a busy angel.
Right.
So you
They
tan,
like this.
but you tan. You can actually get a tan.
Yeah, I get tan.
You got the lucky Irish gene.
I did.
where you
Yeah. But I feel like it was just when I was like, I don't know. I was always in the sun as a kid because grandparents
I
had a
was
swimming
too,
pool
but
and
I would
something
just
like
get
that.
charred.
Just never. I don't know. I got lucky. My dad was really tan though. My dad.
He was.
Yeah.
Did you ever get like burned to the point? And again, that's why I'm like, maybe I was the only one that got this happening because I'm that fair skinned, but I would get like water blisters.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid,
We're talking like
burnt.
fist size. So like
Yeah.
if I got charred, like I couldn't move for days because it was like I was.
No, I didn't. I don't think I got blisters, but I remember getting burnt pretty bad as a kid. Just like,
Yeah, that's
doing
why I'm a
something
psycho with
stupid,
my
but yeah,
kids. Like
yeah.
I'm like, it's been an hour, and they're like, it's only been an hour. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Now, granted, they have darker skin than me because their mom, thank
Yeah.
God. But yeah,
they can hold out a little bit more.
they can hold out a little bit longer. They like Logan already. I can tell that he can tan a little bit. Layla, she's pretty sensitive to the sun, but she even isn't. It's not as bad as mine.
I did, and I remember going in a tanning bed, but I remember getting burnt in a tanning bed though too.
Really?
Like I just went too long, and
You were like, fuck it, 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, yeah, exactly. I'm like
they let
powered
you.
through.
hey, so
yeah.
shout out to the girl who
Like
saved my life
yeah,
that
saved-
day.
yeah.
She's probably 75 now,
Well, like-
but shout out, Grandma.
I remember like I did it for 20 minutes or whatever, and I didn't even make it the whole time. Like I was like, I was in pain. Like that.
You
I got out
smelled your
before the-
skin
I was
burning. You were like, I'm gonna
this
get out
is
now.
gonna be terrible, and it ended
Oh
up
my
being pretty
God.
bad. But whatever. I don't know. It was.
That's
But I've done a
crazy.
spray tan before too, and
How was that? So here's what I know about spray tans.
Yeah.
The Friends episode where Ross keeps turning the wrong way.
Right.
He's like, you said 2 number 2s on my back. And two, like,
yeah. No, the one I went to, like this gal like sprayed me. So
like by
I-
hand?
Yeah. Like
Oh,
I
I
like
thought-
did, I just was there
She
in my,
painted
yeah,
you?
I was like there in my underwear or whatever. And then just kind of,
Get to bend over and like spread your cheeks?
no,
or-
because I did it in my underwear. It wasn't like
You're
that,
not worried
but-
about that region because it's going to be covered.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. But I remember my whole family making fun of me. We went down to Florida like spring break, and Ashley's like, "Oh my God, look at this golden beauty!" You know what I mean? I'm like coming out all day.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
So they were making fun of you, but you were like, look at me, bitches.
yeah. I was like,
I look
but
way
then
better
it's,
than you
but
guys.
it's like it doesn't protect you from the sun. So they're like, you need to make sure you're putting
I
sunscreen
didn't even
on
think of
because
that.
I remember doing it like when we go on spring break before. Like I tanned for like a few weeks before we went down there, so then I wasn't getting like fried the first day. But when you do a spray tan, it does not. It's not coverage.
I never
And
would
you
have thought of
definitely got a
that.
little glow of
You're like, no,
orange,
I've got
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But so I know when you first have it done, it can like come off.
Yeah.
Right. So, but then you shower and it sets in and like it stops coming
You like
off.
don't shower for the night. I feel like you shower in the morning and you can
But do you
see it
lay
run
in
off.
bed and like cover your
Like
shit?
I slept on towels. I remember I slept on a towel.
Yeah. Again.
Like it wasn't, I've done it once. I didn't do it again. It
Yeah.
definitely wasn't worth it. But would like to see you with a nice golden tan.
Erin
Okay.
can tell you she's kind of gotten to be a professional at it.
There you go.
Doing it herself or just
No,
getting it done?
like how to getting
Okay.
it done.
Well, maybe we both do it and then
'Cause
do a
you guys are
podcast.
similar. You
We
guys are similarly complected. You
Me and Aaron. Oh, for sure. Yeah. We are white. We are clouds.
All right.
Yeah. Someone's like, you don't look that
It'd be
white.
funny if it doesn't even stick to you. Like I can't even spray tan.
Fuck you. It just falls off. It's dripping for a week. Like, oh God.
Shit doesn't even stick to me.
My freckles come off too. I'd be like, no, what have I done?
It like won't stick to the freckles, so it's just
Yeah.
two different colors.
That's the thing too. Like, is it going to be a shade darker in the freckled spots? Like, I'm really going to look like some shit.
I think we need to see this.
Oh God. You know what? Fuck you. For those that don't know or couldn't see, I turned his middle finger trophy toward him. So felt like that was deserved.
Yep.
We were talking about that
one.
recently. Like Eric took his watch off or someone and was like, I already have a tan line started.
Yeah.
And someone said to me like, oh, you don't look that. And I roll my arm and they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so white that you can almost see my veins through my skin. Like,
White and then whiter.
yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's like Dumb and Dumber, but
It's all right. It's all good.
yeah. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. But that was the thing then, to just do it all the time.
Yeah. Tanning.
Now they're like skin cancer is a thing, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like my aunt had a tanning bed, I remember, and she in her house, and she was in it all the time.
I mean, there's something to be said about beauty, right?
It's only skin deep, I think is what they say.
My mom still has the one she had in her shop.
Really?
She has at her house.
Does she use it?
Not really,
Oh.
but like people can come over and use it.
It'd just be funny if like, she did that a long time ago and there were still like 70-year-olds in the town that are still coming. Like, I still have a punch card. You can't not let me come back.
Right. Eric, are we ready for a dad joke?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, are you ready for this?
Yeah, let me get my thinking hat on. Okay, go ahead.
I
I'm
went
ready.
to the aquarium this weekend, but I didn't stay long. There's something fishy about that place.
Jesus Christ. I'm like, it's very hard on the ones where there's not a question.
I know.
Because I'm like, this could be anything.
Anything.
Like,
Yeah, where were we on that one? Last week you nailed it, and
see,
now we're right
but-
back to it. I was waiting for you. Oh, I knew it.
no, trust me, I'm never saying that. No, now I'm going to ruin every joke I can. Thank you very much. And it's all your fault.
Oh, I'll take it.
But I think I'm one of two right now, so I'm doing okay.
There we go.
So-
then we'll start keeping those
My
stats.
goal is to stay above like 33%. So,
Hall of Fame.
yeah, right? Well, thank you guys for listening. Hopefully everyone's having a good Memorial Day, even though you're hearing this a couple days late. I hope
Yeah.
it was good. Nice weather is ahead.
Hopefully we'll get some more clips out too. We appreciate everyone that was clicking on them and sharing the ones that we got out, or the one that we got out, and
Yeah.
we're gonna hopefully get some more of them out here too. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to take a picture of my sexy ankles to show my no-show socks.
that's right.
Yeah. Didn't even think about that. But yeah, thanks for everyone who shared the clip and stuff like that. We're obviously working on getting more out. And again, please email us if there's anything you want to mention, because we love to read them. So we're still cool, right? @gmail.com.
Send us some dad jokes so I don't have to keep looking these up.
Yeah. And that's like very easy homework. So like send your favorite dad joke in.
Yeah.
And again, we'll say who it's from unless you don't want us to. And it saves Eric 15 seconds. That's just torturous for him.
It's
So
just-
And I have to remember if I've already said it or not.
that's true. That is the biggest thing I've learned about this is it is hard to remember if you've said something before. I mean, by the way, it's going to happen. That's fine. But my memory is like, dude, that's the 14th time you've said that. And I'm like, oh shit.
well, it's true for like just what it's like when we hang out. We have the same conversations probably over.
Did we already
over-
talk about this?
It's probably just that same, and we come to a totally different conclusion at the end, even though it's
Oh yeah. It's like a choose your own adventure story, and it ends wrong every time. So yeah, but thanks for going on those adventures with us, everybody.
Yeah,
So,
we really appreciate it. Yeah, throw some stuff in there if you got any duos for movies that you liked, or anybody, you know, like the Ben Stillers drive you crazy like me, let me know.
Or if you think Jerry Seinfeld can go fuck himself, whatever works.
Otherwise, it's been fun. So,
all right, we'll see you guys
later,
next
dude.
week.
Cheers.
See ya. Bye, guys.